(911), what's the location of your emergency? We need an ambulance out at Bonanza Creek Ranch right now. We've had 2 people shot on a movie set accidentally. I'll connect you with medical dispatch. Don't hang up.
Director Joel Souza is also wounded. His shoulder hit by the same bullet that traveled through Halyna.
When she went down, he went down, and he was screaming really loudly. And I thought, what is he screaming? What happened?
So was it loaded with a...
Did he have a heart attack too?
No, I do want to say, this is where I don't believe him, right? There's no way you hear a lot, you pull up hammer back, boom, right? 2 things happen. Number one, you're going to get some blowback, right? That gun's going to move, right? If it's nothing in the gun, or if it's you're going to get that blowback. So you know something's happened with the gun. You see the first person go down, and somebody goes down behind them screaming, and you're going to be like, what happened? Did they both? It's like, no, obviously they got shot. So, this is total BS, right? I think he's got to be honest here and just say any reasonable idiot would have known. 2 people just went down. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, really?
They both fainted. My goodness, what's going on here?
Yeah. Is there a carbon monoxide leak? What's going on?
He's outside. Like,
it must be COVID.
People just fainted.
I've just been shot. What could have happened to him?
These
Dr.
blank
Spoon.
rounds are crazy.
I didn't know what happened for 45 minutes.
Dr. Spoon says, could always try to get Hickok 45 to comment on the specs of the gun that was used, since he has decades of knowledge of
45 is
firearms.
pretty cool. I watch his stuff sometimes. I don't know.
I've never seen his stuff, but that would be interesting.
He's a firearms enthusiast. He has a place in Tennessee in a backyard with a nice little range, and he takes all kinds of firearms and shoots them at all kinds of distances. And he's an interesting kind of character, kind of grandpa-like.
That's awesome. And Brian Hoffman, thank you for your super chat too. All right, let's continue.
Real bullet or one? I cannot tell you that. Okay. We have 2 entries from a movie gun shot. Okay, we're getting them out there already. Just stay on the phone with me. Okay.
Now,
Within 15 minutes or 20 minutes after that, the police arrived.
Hang
and
on. What was that, Nate?
Now, again, too, just the reason why I don't believe anything he's saying now, and I'm just going to be honest with you, is the fact of the matter is he's one of the top people on this set, right? He's got the money, he's one of the producers, and he's one of the people, like, the top people where we need to know everything serious that happened. He's just shot 2 people, and he's saying he doesn't know any of this. Nobody told him, like, hey, they're shot. Until 45 minutes later, this just doesn't make any sense. He would be one of the first people to know, right? Your brothers worked on movie sets. Wouldn't the top people know that, one of the producers just shot somebody? Wouldn't that be one of the things that go out really fast?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a critical safety issue. I mean, they got to act quickly. They have to have a plan in place in order to respond effectively.
Yeah, that's a very good point too. Like how would you would think that anything that would impact the production in a major way, they would want to tell the producer first. Like the producer that is nearby, that is close by, that is maybe even involved in the scene, maybe get him up to speed on exactly what's been going on.
One of the things that they do for each day of filming is they typically will provide you with a map of where to go and where to set up. And one of the things that they'll typically provide you with is a hospital in the event someone gets injured. So these things are thought out on a regular basis. I mean, people have to have a plan in place when they go on a set like this. I highly doubt Alec Baldwin would go work for any movie set, any movie production that doesn't have something like that already thought out. So
yeah.
Begs the question.
Mike the Dad Crosby says, I have a short YouTube video on wheel guns, 6 guns, that talks about the hammer. These guns usually have 2 stops when you pull the hammer back. First stop locks the hammer halfway back and locks the trigger. Second stop allows the trigger to fire. Interesting. Huh. We'll have to check out the video that you made on that.
Hey, Anita, I have a hard stop here. So
okay.
Yeah.
You got to get going now.
I gotta roll, but thank you so much. And if I could just do one last plug. So again, one of the things I mentioned here. So So I made a game called Crypto Cartel. I had a successful Kickstarter campaign, but it was also because Anita helped contribute to that campaign back in 2018, where she for all of you watching, she contributed to that campaign, and one of the backing options was to become a comic book character in the graphic novel series. It's going to be based on this game. So Crypto Cartel right there. So
the
if
line,
you go to,
the line that I bought obviously was sharks, all about the law and lawyers and whatnot. So we'll see what kind of a character I become in that.
Yeah, she showed a photo of it earlier, but yeah, so that's like one of the characters they had in the game, and like as I mentioned before, there's the armors resource. It's in the game. So and there's and once again there's a I have a promo for everyone watching right now. So if you go to my website, andythegame-maker.com, and then when you buy a copy of Crypto Cartel and put in the promo code Legalbytes, it's free shipping.
Nice.
So
nice.
there you have it.
And link is in the description below along with the promo code. So
yep. So
cool.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is great. You know, Nate, Kurt, it's fun chatting with you.
Yeah.
Dealing with me and my absurd behavior. But I love it. It's great. It's fun. And thanks everyone for watching, and thank you, chat, for all the fun things.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Andy. It's been a nice bit of levity.
For sure.
Having you in here.
Okay. All right. See ya.
All right. See ya. Bye. Yeah. So that's my brother. All righty. Let's keep watching.
Took the church set and put the crime tape around it, the yellow tape, and forced us all to the perimeters of the parking area where we sat and waited. She was in the church.
Oh my God, you're right. Okay. Way to be a dingus. Okay, there we go. Silly me. Okay. Do you want me to rewind it, or did you guys hear it? I guess I could rewind it a little bit, just a little bit.
Of the parking area where we sat and waited. She was in the church, and she was not taken out of the church for quite a while.
In the aftermath, there was chaos and confusion.
But nobody told you what happened?
No. It wasn't until I was in the police station. Hours later. I mean, it was like seeing aliens.
Okay, so was it 45 minutes later or was it hours later? So that's what I'm confused about now listening to this.
Timeline is getting confusing.
Yeah, it is.
It was utter disbelief over the idea. It was unacceptable, the idea that it was a live round. And finally, one of the police officers at the conclusion of my interview, I was there for like an hour and a half or so, she takes her phone and she slides it across to me. She says, "That's what came out of Joel's shoulder. A 45 caliber slug. It was a real bullet."
Had you known that Joel had been hit?
No one had any idea until that police officer, that sheriff's officer, said to me, "This is the slug, 45 caliber slug they took out of Joel's arm."
You see,
and then
can you stop it here for a second?
Yeah.
Kind of insanity.
This is the problem with him making these statements. Nobody believed that he had been shot until that's not true, because we heard the 911 call. Somebody's been shot, right? We have EMTs, certain, two people have been shot. He's gone to the hospital. They pulled the slug out his shoulder. So everybody knows he's been shot. He's like, no one knew.
And also, you apparently started to consider the possibility 45 minutes into it, which seems like an incredibly long time, which I don't even believe in the first place. But whatever, let's accept the premise. You started to believe it 45 minutes into it. But hours later, when they said it was a real round, this is an idea you had never considered before.
This is getting so stupid. I point a gun at someone, it goes bang, 2 people go down, and I think one fainted and one's having a heart attack but grabbing their shoulder. Really? Is this really what he wants people to believe? This is like ridiculously crazy here.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. It's like things are starting to get shifty in the way that he's telling this story.